Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to our channel. Today we're gonna go over the best combination to lose weight and stay toned. I'm gonna break it down into 3 simple steps. Make sure you watch all 3 so you can combine these steps and make it a part of your daily life and make healthy living a part of your lifestyle. Now, step number 1, eat less, move more, and you'll lose weight. Now, before you say this is a common piece of advice that is easier said than done, I'm going to agree with you and take it a step further. Eating less and moving more is oversimplifying this process. If it really were this easy, everyone would have lost weight and would be staying toned year round already. So let's break down what eating less and moving more actually means. The primary factor that leads to losing weight is staying in a calorie deficit, meaning you're burning more calories than you consume. This can be achieved by increasing your physical activity and reducing your calorie intake in your diet. With that said, adjusting your diet to lower your calorie intake is not a matter of starving yourself. That's the most common mistake that people make. When done correctly, you can actually feel full and extremely satisfied by eating more while reducing your calorie intake. Sounds crazy, I know, but here's how this works. There are plenty of high volume foods such as leafy green vegetables, watermelon, chicken, and beans that are extremely low in their overall calorie profile. Meaning you would need to eat very large portion sizes of these types of foods in order to consume a high amount of calories. So if you want to eat more while eating less calories, you'll want to include these foods in your diet, because these foods will make it more satisfying and more sustainable to stay in a calorie deficit. I have a video that covers the top 10 foods to lose belly fat right up here if you want to see more high volume, low calorie food options. So to recap step 1, rather than simply saying eat less and move more to lose weight, this step should really be eat less calories and move more to stay in a calorie deficit, and then you'll lose weight. I know it's a mouthful, but it's more accurate. Now onwards to step 2, eat more protein and lift weights and you'll lose body fat. There's a difference between losing weight and losing fat. If you execute the first step, yes, you'll lose weight, but just because you're losing weight doesn't automatically mean that you're losing body fat. Your body weight consists of body fat mass, muscle mass, bone mass, and water weight. It's very possible to see the number on the scale go down, but instead of losing body fat, you could be losing water weight, or losing hard-earned muscle mass, or even worse, losing bone density mass, leading to higher risks of injury from exercises in the gym or injury from doing regular daily activities. This can happen when you execute step 1, because when you stay in a calorie deficit, your body begins to eat away at your body for energy. Ideally, your body begins to eat away at body fat for energy. This is the best case scenario. But when you don't give your body proper nutrients and proper exercise, it can begin to eat away at your muscle and bone density instead. That's why you need to combine step 1 with step 2. Eat more protein and lift weights. The reason why you need protein is because protein repairs and builds your body. From your hair, your fingernails, your ligaments, your tendons, your bones, and your muscle mass. Protein is a necessary nutrient to retain and repair muscle, but only when you pair it up with lifting weights. You need to challenge your body with exercise in order to trigger muscle protein synthesis, which is your body's process of using protein to build muscle. So to recap steps 1 and 2, when you stay in a calorie deficit, you'll lose weight. And when you stay in a calorie deficit, eat more protein and lift weights, you'll lose body fat. Now let's combine steps 1 and 2 with step 3. Eat more carbs and progressively overload your workouts. You may be wondering why you would eat more carbs when every extreme crash diet on the internet emphasizes cutting out sugar and cutting out carbs. It's a common misconception that carbs and sugar make you fat, but like we talked about in steps 1 and 2, the main thing you need to do to lose fat is stay in a calorie deficit and eat more protein. You can accomplish both of these things while keeping carbs in your diet. And the reason it's important to keep carbs in your diet is similar to protein. Carbohydrates are a necessary nutrient to make your muscles bigger and stronger. Carbohydrates get stored in your muscles as glycogen. When you have sufficient carbs in your diet, your body will store glycogen in your muscles, which can then be used to fuel your workouts. With more glycogen stored in your muscles, you'll increase your muscular strength and your muscular endurance, which leads us to progressive overload. We talked about lifting weights earlier in order to challenge your body to trigger muscle protein synthesis and repair muscle. With that said, as your muscles repair, you're going to get stronger, and you're going to need to continue challenging your body more in order to continue triggering muscle protein synthesis. That way, your body continues to experience the need to retain muscle and will be forced to continue burning your stored body fat for energy instead. One way to progressively overload is to continue lifting heavier, which can be easier to do when you keep your carb intake as high as possible while staying within your calorie budget. You can also progressively overload by performing more reps and more sets, which again can be easier to do when you have more carbs in your diet. Those are the more straightforward ways to progressively overload, but there are many more ways to continuously make your workouts more challenging. Simply improving your form and taking your exercises through greater ranges of motion can be a direct way to make your workouts more difficult while also increasing the safety of your workouts. You could then move on to more advanced training techniques like adding supersets and drop sets to your workout routine. These are incredibly time-efficient methods to increase your body's muscular and cardiovascular endurance. They're great techniques for strengthening your skeletal muscle mass and strengthening your heart and lungs at the same time. A superset is when you move quickly from one exercise to a different exercise without taking a break for rest between those two exercises. A drop set is when you focus on completing a set until you're unable to do another rep. Then you lighten the load by 10 to 30% and repeat with little to no rest in between sets. They are very challenging methods of training, but over time, as you get deeper into your fitness journey, you'll be able to incorporate them into your routine and potentially cut your 60-minute workouts down to 45 minutes or even 30-minute workouts. One of the many benefits you'll experience by progressively overloading and sticking to your routine for years is you can safely utilize these more difficult training methods while making your workouts more time efficient. This is incredibly helpful if you have a busy schedule, or if you're like me and you're a parent and you want to spend more time with your family while staying in good shape. Now let's do a quick recap of all 3 steps so you can combine them into your daily routine. Number 1, eat less calories and move more to stay in a calorie deficit and you'll lose weight. Combine that with step 2, eat more protein and lift weights and you'll start to lose fat. Combine that with step 3, eat more carbs and progressively overload, and you'll keep the fat off and stay toned for good. That's the best combination to lose weight and stay toned. Now subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss more workout tips, nutrition tips, and much more. Check out this playlist right here to see my top tips on breaking your weight loss plateau and achieving your fitness goals. Now stay awesome, stay healthy, and we'll catch you in the next video.